If you're an intermediate Excel user building your first dashboard, I want to just give you some quick guidance for what to actually put on the page. I found that this works for like 80% of the types of data that people are working with, and it's a good starting point as you figure out what's going to work for you specifically. Start with your metric name, make it clear, concise, don't use any jargon or acronyms, something anyone can understand. Then show your metric. If you want to shorten it, that's okay, but make sure it's a metric that's going to make sense when shortened. If you're working with anything less than $1 million, just show the whole number. All right, next we got to think about what the first question somebody might ask is. And in this case, we're going to add a comparison metric. Our comparison metric is comparing this to the previous month, showing how much it's increased or decreased. But that might not make sense for your data. You might want to show how it compares to the average or how it compares to the same time last year. Any of those three are pretty safe bets. Next, if it's a time series, add a chart plotting it over time. People are going to want to know how this has performed against previous periods. You might notice a pattern here. We're saying, what is the first question somebody's going to ask when they see this metric or see this value? And we're trying to answer that question in the subsequent metrics that we drop in. This is the important contextual info somebody needs for this metric up top to make any sense, right? And then last but not least, for any of that contextual info that didn't make it in, this is where you add it. Don't be afraid to just spell things out and explain things in plain language to people. A little bit of explanation right at the beginning can save you massive amounts of work and misunderstandings later on. Don't assume your audience knows as much as you do. You're the expert, they aren't. They might have no clue what you're talking about unless you spell it out really clearly for them. So leave yourself a little space to do that like this. So that's it. That basic combination can be used in so many situations to create a fairly easy to understand narrative to kick things off. Obviously, you're going to go deeper and you're going to have to tailor things to your own data set. But to start, this is a really solid foundation to use. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want copies of this template or any of the other templates, I send them out for free every single week. Head over to my profile if you want all that stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Bye.